I'll never say you have to write every day, because a writer is pretty much always writing in their head. Hello and welcome back to my writing journey. I'm Byerrum, and this week I want to talk about that part of the process, the part where people constantly ask you, how many hours a day do you write? And they envision you at your machine like a little factory worker just pounding out words. But that's not really how a lot of writers write, although some do. I know writers who are very dedicated, very disciplined. They sit at their desk, they post their word counts every day and how many pages they've written, and that's what gets them through. That would drive me crazy. It's not my process, it's not what I do. I try to write when I can write. And most of the time that's every day, but not always every day. I wanted to talk about a writer's colony we used to go to, my husband and I. We would go to Vermont in the fall in this glorious time of year, which had crystal clear blue days, crisp nights, wood smoke in the atmosphere, and there were writers who came to the colony. But I would find, after writing all year at a full-time job as a reporter and at night writing and on the weekends, but not Saturdays, that I was practically incapable of writing physically when I got to the writer's colony. I would immediately take a nap and probably sleep a lot of the first 2 or 3 days, because it was just like getting rid of all the stress of the work week. And that was, for me, the beauty of this writer's colony. But there were a lot of writers who only went to the writer's colony to write. And that is because they were not writing the rest of the year. They were going there for 2 weeks and they were just gonna pound it out. So they were annoyed with people like me who were so exhausted that we had to fill our well and think about it. There was one writer who I will never forget, who was working on an adaptation of Alice in Wonderland. It was a musical, but he had been at the writer's colony for maybe 12 or 15 years and working only 2 weeks a year on his musical. He was nowhere near done. So I don't know whatever became of him or his musical, but I don't think that you can be that productive on 2 weeks a year, even though you are hitting the road hard. I found it very useful because while I was there, I was thinking about my work. I was working on plot points and characters and dialogues and coming up with new ideas and twists and turns, but I could not have done it without that release, without calming down. So we all have our own pace, and I don't necessarily write every day. I do try to reach that goal, but if it doesn't happen, it doesn't. Anyway, those are my thoughts for this week. Go forth and write at your pace, but don't do it just 2 weeks a year. And I'll see you next week. Bye.